What do you got here?
I've got some of these bills from the 19th century.
Do you know anything about them?
I really don't.
What you have here is education money.
To like fund education or...
No, it was just to educate people about beautiful works of art. For the time, that was really risque to put bare breast on bills.
Yeah, I can see.
Let me check that out there.
I decided to come to the pawn shop today to sell some old currency. I'm kind of scared because I'm supposed to be getting married in a month, and I spent $7,500 on this. If I don't get my money back, I'm going to have one pissed off fiance.
We have Bolton, inventor of the steamboat, and that's Morse right there, Morse code. And it's like one of the few bills where Martha Washington's on it. In 1896, the U.S. government issued silver certificates that were educational notes. The reason they did this is because if you lived in a rural community, you would never get to see art. There were no nearby museums. So they figured, hey, let's put them on money. So where in the world did you get these?
I was at an estate sale. I got caught up in this auction, and man, I just really hope I can make something out of it.
Do you mind telling me what you paid for them?
$7,500. I'm always getting into some type of trouble.
This money is just, it's beautiful. I mean, it's the prettiest paper money the United States ever made, and arguably some of the prettiest paper money ever made in any country.
Is the artwork, have anything to do with the value of it?
Well, that's one of the reasons why these are so collectible. But paper money is weird the way it's graded. There's 70 different grades of a piece of paper money, and the grade on these things is so important. The difference between a 50 and a 55 is thousands of dollars on a bill like this.
Wow.
This is worth anywhere from like $200 to $25,000.
Really, depending on the grade?
Depending on the condition of it.
Wow.
And when we start talking money like that, I have to have someone look at it. Let me call up a buddy of mine. He knows everything about this stuff, so we can get a better understanding of the grade of them.
No problem. That sounds good.
This guy's out of pocket $7,500, which makes me either a genius or an idiot. So I'm going to get my buddy Leonard in here to have a closer look, and hopefully he'll have some good news.
Used to be a grader for the American Numismatic Association, and I've been buying and selling coins and paper money, currency for over 45 years. These are some important banknotes. These are silver certificates from 1896. This is what we call the educational series.
So they all mean something?
They all mean something. This one is the $1 note. This is history educating youth. You know, young country, history's going to educate us. On the back, George and Martha. The $2 note, we've got science, electricity, and steam. On the back, we got Robert Fulton.
Right.
Samuel Morse.
Right.
Okay, and science is presenting electricity and steam to commerce and industry.
Okay.
In this one, we've got Civil War heroes, Grant, Sheridan. And this note shows electricity as the dominant force in the universe. This is 1896, they figured that out.
And I thought this was just a bunch of naked women on a bill.
The grading of these notes is what's important as far as their value. Were the notes used? How much were they used? Are they folded? Are they stained? Are they crisp? Are they nice and bright? Here's what we got here. The $1 note, we got a centerfold right here.
Okay.
Slight, it's hard to see, but it's there. And this note's worth $700. $2 note's got a horizontal fold, 3 vertical folds. This note's $2,500. Make you feel a little better?
That's a little better.
This note's got a very light center fold. It's the most desirable note of the 3. This note is worth $7,500, a little over $10,000 for the lot.
Thanks, Leonard.
Anytime.
Take care, buddy. $7,500 turned out to be a decent gamble for this guy, because most notes I've seen like this are beat to hell. They've been circulated. But these are in amazing shape. There's no question I want them. So now that you know what they're worth, how much you want for them?
I'm thinking 10 grand.
I'm thinking 8 grand.
I just, spent $7,500 on these, and the risk I, took is just worth more to me than $500.
I'll let you make $1,000 off me, and not a dime more.
So 8,500?
8,500 is it, period.
You gotta think, man, $1,000 is a good profit on a complete gamble.
You know what? For $1,000, All right.
8,500. Corey, you want to write them up?
Yeah, let's go do some paperwork.
I'm so glad I kept my poker face. When he started to grab them, I thought he was out the door. How's it going?
Good, sir. I got a ring I'm looking to sell.
Okay.
You might want to put your sunglasses on first. There's a lot of bling coming at you.
Whoa.
It's a 2009 World Series Yankees ring. There's over 119 diamonds in it.
That is impressive. Can I try it on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Didn't know I was an athlete, did you?
I have a 2009 New York Yankee World Series ring, and I purchased it at a pawn shop in Florida. These rings are very rare, and they don't come up to auction much. If I'm able to make a sale today, I'm gonna give my wife half the money and probably pay her Jeep off.
The Yankees, they know all over the world.
Exactly.
Some people would call them like the most iconic baseball team in the United States. I mean, they had Babe Ruth, they had Lou Gehrig, they had Murderers Row, they had
Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Mantle. I mean, they had everybody. The rings are really collectible. People dig them. Is this from a player?
It is a staff secretary ring. And I was told about the ring that, George Steinbrenner, before he passed away, made a point that he wanted all the staff members to have the same ring as the players.
I guess he wasn't as bad as everyone said.
No.
How much you want for this thing?
I want to get $25,000.
Okay. There's a whole crazy price system on these rings. It's the team. Is it a staff member? Is it higher management? Is it a coach, or is it a player? And this is staff. So
It's the same as a player's ring.
Okay. It's the same as a player's ring, but it's not a player's ring.
Right.
Okay. So, there's always a big difference there. Let me have someone take a look at it. I just want to know what he thinks it's worth. Let me go give this guy a call. I'll get him down here, and we'll figure out a price.
Thank you. I'm totally fine with an expert coming in, appraising a ring, and see what it's actually worth.
What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, Rick? Good to see you.
Oh.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, this is the Yankees' 27th World Series win. This is an 09 made by Balfour. I know a lot about this ring. It's a 14-karat gold. This is a year that they won the World Series against the Phillies. They won 4-2. And it's the first World Series they won since the year 2000. Jeter, Posada, Matsui, A-Rod, all on that team. It was a killer team.
Right.
And it looks like this is not a player's ring, though, which is a little bit less desirable, but it is desirable because it's a Yankee World Series ring. So it's definitely a great ring.
So the big question is, what do you think it's worth?
They were pretty hot right after they won. A big factor in the value of rings is having the original display box.
I do not have the box. I am working on, in the very near future, to get in the box.
Yeah, that'd be great because it does add value. So the ring, in my opinion, is worth $22,000.
All right. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You got it.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you. You're welcome. Take care.
All right. So, what's your best price on it?
I'm looking at $25,000.
I'll give you 15 grand.
Oh.
The thing is, it's not a player's ring,
Right.
okay? And you don't have the box. But you said you're trying to get the box. If you get the box, I'll buy that off you too. But at this moment, we just have the ring.
The lowest I can do on the ring today would be $22,000.
I'll tell you what, I shouldn't go this high. I'll give you 20 grand for it.
21.
No.
Split it.
No, not a dime more. And I shouldn't go that high. I'm sort of crazy, but like, it is a Yankees ring.
I got to stay firm at 21.
Sorry.
Sorry.
All right. Have a good one, man.
Thank you.
Struck out.
I'm a little disappointed that we couldn't make a deal today. I want to hunt down the original display box for the ring and bring it back and make the sale.
So which one of you guys likes choppers?
I can take a look at it. What do you got?
I got a chopper like you've never seen before.
All right, I got a warehouse in the back. You want to pull it around? We'll open up the door for you.
Sounds good.
Thank you. I love motorcycles, and lately we've been getting some pretty badass choppers coming in here. This is one of the best things about my job. Oh, I thought you said you had a real chopper.
Got the coolest chopper in the world, man.
Oh, it's a pedal bike.
It's a human-powered chopper.
Yeah, a pedal bike.
Came down to the pawn shop today to try and sell my customized chopper. I want to cash out quick. I just bought it, and I don't want to keep it. I'm going to try and get $5,000 for it, but if they offer me $25,000, I'll probably be kind and take it.
So who built it?
This is built by Brian Fuller. He's a hot rod builder from Southern California originally.
I'm very familiar with the name because he just won Artistry and Iron here in Vegas. It's a motorcycle building competition where, you know, the best guys in the world get together and build bikes. What'd Brian Fuller do on the bike?
He built the entire bike. He made the first one, and the owner of Fat Cycle saw him riding on the beach and asked him if he would build some for them. He built about 20 of them.
Nice. Tricked out bikes like these have been around since the 1960s. Ever since kids started building bikes to kind of make them look like the old lowrider cars. Lately, they've become so popular that you have bike companies putting out crazy-ass rides like this.
This bike is a little more comfortable than a conventional cruiser because, first of all, you got a backrest. You don't have that on a regular bike. The position of the pedals makes it really easy to pedal. This one's got $1,000 worth of custom paint on it, $900 worth of custom seat on it. It's got a 7-speed hub in it, so it's not just a 1-speed cruiser.
This bike is loaded, and it's designed by a really respected builder. The only problem is you can rarely sell a customized bike for what you put into it. So the guy needs to be really reasonable on his price. Let's get down to it, man. What are you trying to get out of it?
I'd like to get $5,000 for it.
What, 500?
$5,000.
5,000. There's no way I'm paying that much for a bike. I'll offer you 500 bucks.
No, I don't think so. Because you could sell it in the shop for $5,000.
I've got $6,000 choppers on the floor right now. I'm not gonna put a bicycle next to it and ask for the same thing.
You could sell this thing for $5,000, and I'd be willing to take half that.
Brian Fuller is a well-known name. You know, he's known for his metalwork, and I really dig the Captain America paint job. I'll tell you what, I'll go 1,000.
No, can't do it.
I'm not gonna do a dime more.
1,000's your best offer.
1,000's gonna be my best offer.
Nah, can't do it.
Can't do it?
Just can't do it. No
Well, I
way.
appreciate you coming down, man.
All right.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Let me get the gate for you.
All right. We weren't able to make a deal today. I'm really sorry about that, but his loss. Somebody else will buy it.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. I have something I think you might be interested in. It's the very first issue of Playboy, Volume 1, Issue 1.
Okay.
The Marilyn Monroe Playboy.
Awesome.
I came to the pawn shop today to try and sell my first issue of Playboy magazine, the Marilyn Monroe issue. It's not a copy. This is a genuine first edition. I'd like to get $2,000 for the magazine, but don't tell him I will take probably $1,600 if I can get it.
So where did you get this?
Well, my father bought it back in 1953, and then before he passed away, he gave it to me.
This was the very first Playboy, and I truly believe if Marilyn wasn't in the first issue, I don't know if it would have lasted much longer. This is what lit the whole thing on fire.
How do you know so much about Playboys?
Trust me, chum, I know. This is amazing. This is the most collectible issue of Playboy ever. Most Playboys are worth a few bucks. This is worth a few thousand. Do you know how Marilyn Monroe ended up in this magazine?
No, I don't.
In I think it was 47, Marilyn Monroe, then Norma Jean, needed some money, and she wasn't a star yet, hadn't been in any movies. She got paid some money to do some nude photographs. Well, 1952 comes along, and she gets a movie deal. Later in the year, the photographer who took the pictures looked at a movie poster and going, oh my gosh, I think I have pictures of her. And he ended up selling the pictures to Playboy magazine. Okay. The studios thought it was just going to ruin her. It was going to ruin the movie. But the great thing was, Marilyn, she just played it off. And she just went, yeah, that was me. You ought to buy the magazine.
That's wild.
The thing you have to remember, this was the 50s. Just a few months earlier, she was getting criticized for the picture she took during the 1952 Miss America pageant for her low neckline. Just imagine what people thought when they saw that picture in that magazine of her on the red velvet. These are really collectible. I mean, if you collect Playboys, this is the one everybody wants. What were you looking to do, pawn it or sell it?
I'd like to sell it.
And what do you want for it?
$2,000.
Dollars?
Yes, sir.
I'm thinking closer to 1,000.
I think 1,000's a little low. Might go 16.
What do you think we should pay for it, chum?
You can buy a new one right now for $6. Full color.
I mean, I'll cut to the chase. I'll give you 1,400, not a dime more.
Okay, I'll go for it.
Thanks. God, you have great negotiating skills. I generally don't like buying magazines because they're hard to sell, but this is awesome. I can probably double or triple my money on this, but I think I'm going to keep it in the case for a while because it's going to bring people in the door. Hey, what do we got here?
We got a historic aviation collection I had. I want to sell it. I'm moving, and I just can't keep putting it back and forth in storage.
You got a lot of stuff.
I came down to the pawn shop today to try to sell my aviation and historic photo collection. Because I'm moving, I want somewhere around $2,000 to $3,000.
Where did you get all this stuff?
From my father, from a long tenure at the Boeing Aerospace Company.
And we have...
You have in your hands one of the only full-size color photographs handed down by test pilot Tex Johnston to my dad.
Yeah, Tex Johnston, he was a really famous test pilot.
Correct. In 1955, when there was the Seattle Seafair races going on, Tex Johnston flew the prototype Dash 80 and did the famous barrel roll. This is taken from the cockpit upside down. The president of Boeing says, "What did you think you were doing?" Tex says, "I was selling airplanes."
This was in the plane that eventually became the 707?
The Dash 80 became the 707, yes.
Okay. Before the Boeing 707, people flew in propeller-driven planes. It took much longer to fly. These jets came along and they became the choice of most airlines. Now, this is Minuteman missile.
Minuteman mock-up missile. It was on my dad's desk.
So what else do you have?
We have here is an ICBM missile launch. My dad was on the Vandenberg launch team.
All right.
We've got two pictures that you cannot get anywhere else. These are the cruise missile launch pictures. The cruise missile was dropped from the wing of a B-52, then it flew across the desert all the way into Utah, and it could hit it on a dime. And I have the patch from that cruise missile project.
This is an amazing collection. Everything's already framed and ready to sell, but I'm concerned that some of these items, you could find them at any old flea market. I just don't know if I'll be able to move it and make a profit. So what do you want to do with all this stuff?
Sell it.
How much you want for them?
For these historic items, $550.
It would be very difficult to sell this stuff. It really would. I mean, I'll give you $200 because I have no idea what I'm going to get. I mean, this could be a home run or this could be
A strikeout.
I'll go down to $390.
definitely a different number. I'll tell you what, I'll give you $300. I mean, I'm not going to go no more. 300 total.
It's a deal.
Okay.
I was able to make $300 today. I'm certainly going to use the money to fill up the gas in my brand new SUV.
Earlier today, a guy called, said he's got a ball and chain. And since I'm not an expert in that field, I called my buddy Mark, who is. So this is the ball and chain you called me about.
Yep. I'm an expert in police memorabilia and restraints. I've been collecting police memorabilia for about 25 years now.
So why do you want to get rid of it?
Well, actually, I just got married a couple weeks ago, and I don't need it anymore. I got the real thing at home. The reason I'm interested in selling this thing is I have no use for it. Plus, it's really heavy. I don't want to lug it around the country all my life. About a year ago, I was doing a remodel, and the homeowner was going to toss it out. I thought it was pretty cool, so I took it home, and a year later, had nothing to do with it, nowhere to put it.
So, Mark, what do you think?
Well, this was pretty much used by the prison system. So ball and chains are found mainly in the United States, typically in the South, where the chain gangs were prevalent. They'd attach it to their prisoner so they could let the prisoner get outside of the prison yard to do farming or road work, or didn't want to take the chance of them escaping.
This was good behavior? This thing is wild. I can just imagine those poor guys on the side of the road wearing their striped uniforms, dragging around a pickaxe, and this thing on their leg. It must have been hell.
In identifying a fake one, the first thing you want to look at is the chain. The chain will be modern, welded.
Okay.
99% of all ball and chains that you'll see are faked. There's very few examples that have existed, and most of them are in private collections. This one has the old heat and beat method. Links were probably very hot and hammered into the shape and then hammered shut.
This thing is incredible. There's 40 or 50 links in this chain, and every single one of them was hand forged. Nowadays, you just walk into the hardware store, give me 3 feet of that.
So I can tell that this is an authentic piece. I'm going to date it somewhere between 1920 and 1940. It was manufactured by a company called Tower, which was the Ford of handcuffs and leg irons.
So how much is it worth?
I'd estimate somewhere between $650 and $750.
Okay. Thanks for coming in, Mark. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Now that I know this is real, I really want to try and buy it. It's a really interesting item. It looked really cool in my shop. And I can put it on Chumley and make sure he stays at work. You know what? I'm going to make this real plain and easy and simple and $400 and not a dime more.
$450?
$400. How often do I have someone walking in here asking for a ball and chain? Not real often.
All right, $400 it is. I never thought this thing was going to be worth that much money or any money at all, so I'm pretty stoked that, I got $400 out of it.
All right, Sean, put this in the showcase up front.
Okay.
Chumley, what the hell is that?
Damn it, Chumley. I spent $400 on the ball and chain. Now you cost me another $200 to replace the glass and whatever else you broke in the damn case. This day's just really beginning to suck. Hey, what's up? What do you got here?
It's a Liberty Pass from the USS Arizona, which was, of course, sunk during Pearl Harbor.
It's really neat.
I mean, I know they get you off your ship when you're looking to go, take your liberty and get some free time.
Oh, you have one from the Arizona and the Mississippi. A destroyer is named after a state, right?
No, battleships are named after states.
Yeah, can you tell he was in the Navy?
Yeah, just a bit. I came down to the pawn shop today to try to sell my Liberty Passes from the USS Arizona and USS Mississippi. 175 will probably be my lowest I can go, but 200 is definitely what I'm looking for.
Where in the world did you get these?
I was going through my grandfather's personal military effects and found this in one of his sea bags.
Okay. When the USS Arizona sank, remember, this is the starting of World War II. No one expected this. This came completely out of the blue. There's speculation that someone left a door to the powder room open and the fire got in there and, literally thousands of pounds of powder went off at once. And it went down in a matter of seconds. The guys didn't have a chance. In the Navy, a Liberty Pass gives you official permission to leave the ship for a little free time. But on December 7th, 1941, a Liberty Pass could have saved your life. That's the day the Arizona was sunk in the attack on Pearl Harbor. Over 1,100 sailors lost their life.
This one here was issued in San Pedro. That's before the Arizona moved to Pearl Harbor into the 7th Fleet over there. What happened when you came back off of Liberty, there was a box on the quarterdeck. You dropped it in.
But you wouldn't get to keep one of these?
No.
So these are pretty rare?
Yeah.
You rarely see these. And since one of them is from one of the most famous ships of World War II, I think collectors would buy these in a minute. So what do you want to do with these?
Well, actually, I'm fixing to get married, so I'm actually looking just to see how much they were worth.
As far as the Mississippi, I don't see a lot of money there. This one's neat because it's from the Arizona.
Right.
I'll give you $100.
$100 ain't gonna do it. I mean, it's a pretty personal item. I mean, I was definitely looking for at least 200.
I'll tell you what, I'll go 150.
Nah.
It's a fair price.
That's the best you can do is 150.
With 150, I'm not going to go a dime more.
All right. All right, 150 it is.
All right, let's go. Let's go do some paperwork. I'll meet you right up front.
All right.
This guy didn't seem to be too happy with my offer, but you know what? He could walk away at any time.